Well, another Monday is upon us. Got 5 envelopes here, some mail. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up here. Kind of give you a little idea of what's been going on in my life, why I haven't been posting many videos. If you recall, here back in late May, early June, when I was doing the Natchez Trace trip, I was complaining or slightly mentioning that I was having pain in my shoulders, or pain in my shoulder, I should say, my left shoulder, when I was camping and sleeping. And I figured it was just a pulled muscle, sore muscle. You know, my job's fairly strenuous sometimes. So I didn't think anything about it. Then the pain kind of went away afterwards. And then about a month or so later, it came back a whole lot more. And it got to a point where it was pretty much, I'm not going to say unbearable, but it hurt. It didn't matter if I was lifting a heavy object, standing upright, sitting down, laying down. I had a stabbing pain in my upper left arm, just below my shoulder. Was trying to get to a doctor, but I was working overnights for a while, so it was hard to get time to do that and get some quality sleep, that sort of thing. Finally made it to a chiropractor, and he took some x-rays and stuff, and the disc between C5 and 6 in my neck was about a third the size of it should be. It was compressed, it was deteriorated, that sort of thing. And that was causing a pinched nerve. Well, that nerve ended up at the point of where my pain was at. So about 3 days of chiropractic work and popping and aligning and stretching and the TENS electrical shock, that sort of thing, it still wasn't any better. So the doctor prescribed me some steroids for a week and some nerve blocking pain medication. About a week after that, it started getting better and better and better, and then eventually, over about 3 to 4 weeks, it's a whole lot better. It's more manageable. I can my quality of life has improved. So that's why I haven't been doing any videos. Just standing here like I am now, it hurt. You know, I was taking ibuprofen and aspirin like it was candy. I had the options to use narcotic type, opioid, whatever you call it, pain meds, Lortab, that sort of thing. But I wasn't going to go down that route, so on and so forth. So that's why I didn't been doing too many videos. That, and on top of the weather, just like yesterday, it was 100 degrees. And after the heat index, it was pushing 115, 120 degrees. I had plans to go out and do some things, go explore some things, do some things away from the house, do some videos. It was too hot. Way too hot. I wasn't going to catch heat stroke. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. So I'm waiting for the weather to break, and I have a list of things I want to do and go and see and do camping spots and all that other stuff. So, if you're here for the camping videos and things like that, just keep an eye out. As soon as this weather breaks, folks, I'm going to get back out there, I promise you. But anyways, let's get into these 5 envelopes and see what we got. So this first one comes to us from the St. Paul, Minnesota area. I don't think I've ever been to Minnesota. Right now it seems kind of a good spot to go check out because it's too hot down here in the south. We'll see. All right. Got an invoice card. Little crow's nest postcard. I like their little postcards they put in there. I actually got a little collection of those two going on. They're just kind of quirky. I like them. Oh, what we have here. Morton's Motel, 3 miles west on US 90 in Pensacola, Florida. Which is kind of funny because yesterday I was in Pensacola. Me and one of my good friends went over there for eating and had dinner and caught up on old times. Anyways, I think this is still here. It's not in this form. I believe I found it on Google Earth, and I'll see if I can put a picture of it, current form, off of Google Earth here. I just thought it was interesting. I didn't realize how many, Pensacola's not about an hour and a half away from me. I didn't realize how many old hotels are still around from the 40s and 50s, 60s, up in the 70s and 80s, actually, in the older part of town. They're still going. A lot of them are not the best hotels, let's say. They're more the long-term people that need that type of accommodation. So I'm not sure if this is one of them, but like I said, I'll put a picture of the current form of it on the screen here. That's always neat. Didn't pay a whole lot. It's funny how back in the day it was something interesting to have private baths. It's I wasn't born during this time, and maybe y'all can, some of you older folks can, speak up on this. Was there a point where hotels had like a common bathroom or common shower room? I don't know. It just always intrigued me when you see, private baths. I don't know, just odd. But yeah, I'm starting to collect some Pensacola postcards. I've been kind of spend a little more time in that area. I got some videos I want to do in that area, some camping in that area. So, like I said, it's not too far from the house, and this is just one of the collections I'm just going to add to. So this next one comes to me from the Nashville, Tennessee area. I'm going to be in Nashville the end of October. That's what I'm planning on with my Natchez Trace journey. It ended in Tishomingo County, or Tishomingo, Mississippi, which is the northeast corner of the state. The trace is closed. They had some washouts. They've been working on it for 2 years. Was supposed to open up last week. I haven't heard of anything being opened, but like I said before, I'm gonna wait for the weather to change, go back up there, finish that camping, seeing all the spots. Anyways, the Natchez Trace ends just southwest of Nashville, so I may end up spending a day or two in Nashville too. Anyways, let's get back to the postcard here. This is Peach Fountain on Buena Vista Hotel in Gulf, right on the Gulf in Biloxi, Mississippi. I got this one mainly because it's postmarked 1973 there. Like I said before in my other videos, I'm not spending a whole lot on postcards, $3-4 the most, unless there's something really, really unique or something that catches my eye that I really want to spend money on. Just kind of being a little frugal. Haven't seen too many of these like this. Now, today, present day, this right here is the Beau Rivage Casino. It's a big, massive 20-something story, I think like 25, 26-story massive casino resort. The walkway here is gone. There is a new walkway a little bit further up. This is like a parking garage in this area here. There is a walkway going across the highway just before this red light. And there's a baseball stadium over here now. Where this baseball stadium was another hotel. I think it was a Tivoli. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look. But yeah. Anyways, after this in the late 80s, early 90s possibly. I want to say late 80s. Now, right in this area here is a I-110 loop that loops around and comes across there and hits towards I-10. It's like a hurricane evacuation route they did. And, so all this is not there anymore. It's just a remnant of the past of local history that, like I said, I got a decent deal on it, didn't pay a whole lot of money for. And it'll go nicely with my local postcard collection of history. And this next one here comes to me from Birmingham, Alabama. Not too far away, about 3-4 hours from me. I was planning on going to Montgomery this summer, doing some things up that way, but didn't pan out. The heat, the weather, schedule not lining up with the way we need it to, that sort of thing. But let's pull up the old dull X-Acto knife. Yeah, well, still got it done. What we got here? A pool scene. The DeLuna Motor Hotel in Pensacola. This is another Pensacola hotel. Postmarked. I think that is 1950. Well, 1959 maybe. Looks like a 9 there. I may be wrong. It's 1950s. Okay. Just a cool, postmarked. I like the ones that are postmarked. You can tell the time frame better. Look at the old Coke and Pepsi machines, and it just is. That's how I like to get my postcards. So a lot of people don't like them dated. I do. I don't know if this is still here or not. I'm gonna go back on Google Earth, and if there is, I'll put a picture of what's there now, whether it's another business or this hotel or whatever. I like how it has the address, West Cervantes Street, there in Pensacola. Heated swimming pool. It's kind of funny. You're on the Pensacola Panhandle or Florida Panhandle. I guess for the snowbirds that come down, they want a heated pool. You don't need it in the summertime, that's for sure. Yeah, free room TV, hi-fi. It's got a hi-fi TV. You know, I'm sure it wasn't 1080 or 4K. Ceramic tile baths, tub, shower, wall-to-wall carpeting. All right. Yeah, it's just interesting. Like I said, I don't remember what's here now. I'll go back and look, but just kind of adding to some of the Pensacola history. Um, Lack of better terms, I got a lot of the local history postcards that I'm finding. I'm rarely finding anything that I want from around the area. So I'm kind of broadening out to other areas that I frequent, and Pensacola is becoming one of those areas. That in New Orleans, haven't been to New Orleans in quite a while. Visiting as a tourist, I guess you'd say. It's not my cup of tea down there anymore. But there are still some cool places to go to see. But anyways, Pensacola is going to be one of my next focuses on purchasing historic postcards. So this next one comes to me from Greenville, South Carolina. Never been to Greenville. I went through South Carolina last year when we went to Mount Airy, which is the hometown of Andy Griffith. We went there for my birthday last year and had a good time for the weekend. I'm a pretty big Andy Griffith show fan. So that was a pretty good trip. I'll leave a link up here if I can of that. Them videos. All right, here another postcard of a hotel, or motel actually. This is the Maria Motel on Highway 90, West in Pensacola. Kind of same thing. A lot of these hotels that I've shown in this video, they're all in kind of the same area of the older downtown part of Pensacola, more towards the naval station, that area. Back when this was the main part of town, and now the main part of town's kind of moved a little more easterly. You get a lot of older, nostalgic vintage homes in this area now. It's pretty cool to go for that area and look at it. Same thing, wall-to-wall carpeting, direct dial telephones, TVs, rooms, color optional. That's pretty funny. You know, back in the day, you know, it was optional to get a color TV. Now it's, if you don't have a flat screen in your room, you're going to raise a fuss. But yeah, it's just funny. Also, another thing is a lot of hotels now are, you know, mainstream owned by large corporations and conglomerations, and now back then they were owned by actual people, you know, mom and pop type places. And this is one of those mom and pop places. I'll put a link. I'll put a picture up on the screen here now, and show you what's there. I thought these little, I don't know what you call them, little mushrooms are just eye-catching things to catch your eye going down the road. I thought that was kind of neat. Didn't pay a whole lot for it, but just interesting. Some of the older motels, seeing what they are now, and I should have gone through downtown and looked for some of these hotels and stuff, motels, when I was there the other day, but it wasn't in the time frame. Didn't have a whole lot of time to wander around town, I guess you'd say. But anyways, this is just another one of those Pensacola historical postcards of hotels that I'm going to add to the collection. So this postcard here comes from a good ways away. It is Old Orchard Beach, Maine. M-E is Maine, I believe. I've never been to Maine. I've never even been to New York. I haven't gone past Virginia, I guess, on that side of the East Coast. One day I'll do some more traveling up that way. Okay. This is Souvenir City in Biloxi, Mississippi. This is the original Souvenir City. Is it on Pass Road when this was? No, Central Beach. I thought they had one on Pass Road. Pass Road runs parallel to Highway 9, a couple blocks off the beach. If you've ever been to Biloxi Beach, and even before Katrina, there was a big, massive pink on the beach, a pink two-story building that had like a shark's head. It was called Shark's Head. I want to say this is the predecessor to that souvenir shop. Hurricane Katrina took that one away, and now they've built another one there, and it's up on stilts, and it's 2 stories, so I guess you could say it's 3 stories tall. Anyways, it's on the beach. I want to say this is the predecessor to that souvenir. If you look here, it says thousands of alligators, shell department gifts, and they ship. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if they had live alligators. back then. They might have. I don't see them having thousands of them. I know to this day you can go in a lot of these gift shops and get alligator heads and feet keychains and kind of sort of things like that, from small to large, massive ones. Um, yeah, it's interesting. And they boast guaranteed safe delivery anywhere. So if you see something and you can't take it back with you, they can ship it to your house. That was kind of cool. It's a trip worth visiting to our beautiful gift and souvenir supermarket, largest selection on the Gulf Coast. Yeah. Time frame, I'm going to say 60s or 70s. That looks like a 50s, 60s era car right there, possibly. So this is probably 60s, I'm going to say. We'll go with that. So, if this is where the new one is, it's it's there, but not this rendition. As you can see, there's no address. So this may have been the one that was on the beach, or it may have been the one across the street on Highway 90 or Beach Boulevard. I don't recall. I'll see if I can do a little research and figure that out. Man, maybe I can show you what this is now, but I don't recall this ever being my time frame. I was born in the early 80s. So anyways, just another local postcard history that I came across. Like I said before, I'm kind of running dry on local postcard historical postcards, I should say. This is one of the ones that just happened to pop up, and I was like, oh, okay. And it wasn't, I don't think it was a couple bucks maybe, but the only thing I wish it would have had is a date and possibly an address, but you can't win them all. All right, so that concludes this week's Mailbag Monday video. Motels. That was the theme of this week, motels. Not necessarily hotels. These are all drive-up motels, except for the Souvenir City. Couple local ones here. These two here are local, fairly, and the other ones here were within reasonably local, about an hour or so away. But just some historical postcards. Interesting. I'm kind of looking at motels. Back when I went to the start of my Natchez Trace, I actually stayed at a motel that was built in the 40s or 50s, had been renovated and everything, and it was cool to see the outside and versus the inside. It was brand new on the inside, and the outside was not old, but you could tell it was an older motel. Drive up and walk right into your room. It was interesting. You don't see motels much anymore. So anyways, just a couple postcards I grabbed and wanted to show y'all. But hopefully the weather will start breaking, my health is improving, I can get back out there and do some other videos besides the Mailbag Monday videos and some of my train videos. People like the train videos, and I like trains, and I just figured, hey, we'll show those too. And a lot of y'all seem to like those. I've been watching those videos. I appreciate that, and appreciate everybody watches these videos. But until then, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.